tested.
The battle for Android handset dominance continues with Motorola's new Atrix, one of the first handsets equipped with a dual-core processor. The AT&T exclusive Atrix is bleeding edge. It's powered by NVIDIA's brand new Tegra 2 system on a chip, and it's one of AT&T's first 4G HSPA Plus phones. It also packs some crazy functionality we've never seen on a phone before. Yes, you can plug the Atrix into a monitor and hook up a keyboard and mouse to enable the netbook-esque webtop mode. Packed with next-generation features, is the Atrix the badass Android phone AT&T users have been clamoring for? Or will a few crucial flaws keep it from taking the smartphone throne? The star of the Atrix's show is undoubtedly NVIDIA's Cortex-A9-based dual-core 1 GHz Tegra 2 processor. What does adding a second core to an Android phone give you? Silky smooth performance in virtually every app, launcher screen, and game I tested. But that performance comes at a price. Even though the Atrix includes a massive 1930 mAh battery, it barely lasts a full 18-hour day under typical use, making a few phone calls, occasionally checking Twitter, playing a game on the train, and listening to an album or two. Whenever I used more power-intensive features like navigation or the mobile hotspot, I had to recharge the battery before the end of the day. Tegra 2 also brings substantial 3D muscle to Android, allowing you to play games using higher fidelity settings or play games that simply won't work on non-Tegra 2 phones. There are just a handful of games available at launch, Backbreaker, Fruit Ninja, and a few others, but the games available now look more like handheld console games than phone games, with higher resolution textures and crisper visuals. Unfortunately, the Atrix's 4-inch Pentile TFT screen doesn't really do these games justice. While it's slightly higher resolution than most Android phones, running at 960 by 540, its color reproduction is noticeably inferior to other phones using IPS or AMOLED displays. That said, the LCD worked reasonably well outdoors, albeit at a high brightness setting. And, as with all glossy screens, glare can be a problem. Worst of all, off-axis viewing and black level reproduction are subpar. The most talked about feature of the Atrix is its docking mechanism. When plugged into the appropriate accessory, you can access the phone's webtop OS. This Ubuntu-based webtop allows you to browse the internet using a desktop version of Firefox and a full-sized USB keyboard and mouse, which sounds awesome, right up until the moment you try it. Unfortunately, the experience is unusably slow, and the accessories are overpriced. $500 for a laptop dock and $100 for the HD multimedia cradle. Worse, to use your phone's 4G internet connection from the webtop OS, you need to pay for a tethering data plan. If the performance was acceptable, I could almost recommend this setup for road warriors. But as it is, you'd be much better off spending $300 on a netbook than $500 on the laptop accessory for the Atrix. The entertainment center is equally underwhelming. We also experienced significant problems getting video to play on the Atrix. The Tegra 2 chip strictly limits support for H.264 video to the main baseline profile. While you can use Handbrake or many other utilities to rip and encode videos using the main profile, the common high-profile settings we use are incompatible, so you'll need to convert your video before you can play it on the Atrix. Motorola didn't skimp on RAM or storage. The Atrix features 1 GB and 16 GB, respectively. It also features 2 cameras, a front-facing VGA cam for video conferencing, and a 5-megapixel 720p camera on the rear. The rear-facing camera is acceptable in good lighting conditions, but the dual LED flash on the back is required for low-light shots. I also dig the fingerprint scanner integrated with the power button on the back of the phone. Once you get the knack of fingerprint scanning, it's a faster, easier way to unlock your phone than typing in a code or unlock pattern. The Atrix is also the first phone we've tested that connects to AT&T's nascent HSPA Plus 4G network. While our test didn't show the theoretical maximum of 14.4 megabit per second downloads, we did see decent performance in many areas of San Francisco. We experienced significantly fewer dropped calls than other AT&T phones, although we did drop more connections than we do when using other networks. The Atrix's data connection stopped responding several times during our testing, forcing a hard restart of the phone to fix the problem. While it's impossible to say with certainty, it seems this was due to more of a software problem on the phone than a network deficiency on AT&T's part. While I've railed against manufacturer-specific home screens in the past, the Moto Blur implementation on the Atrix is inoffensive. It's relatively speedy, and the included widgets are actually useful. My main complaint is that the social network integration built into Moto Blur isn't fully featured. It just syncs that info to your contact list. You'll need to install standalone clients if you intend to actually use Twitter or Facebook, and I haven't found a way to disable the social network notifications from Moto Blur. If you connect it to your Twitter or Facebook accounts, and then install standalone clients, you'll get double notifications. That is an annoyance. The Atrix is the first future-proof Android phone from AT&T that we've tested. That said, it's not flawless. Its screen trades a higher resolution for below-average image quality, and video playback problems are embarrassing in 2011. The WebTop software seems exciting in theory, but it's ultimately useless due to poor performance and the high price of the required accessories. Fortunately for the Atrix, its problems are mostly peripheral. As a pure phone, the performance of its dual-core CPU, copious memory and onboard storage, and sturdy design make it an easy phone to recommend to anyone looking for a high-end Android phone on AT&T. For Tested, I'm Will Smith. Thanks for watching.